So this case hyphen z space string 1 string is null and does exist. So in the first case string is null and it existed. In the first case I tested z test hyphen z dollar element semicolon echo dollar question mark with hyphen z parameter function. So now it is 0. So echo dollar question mark is 0 means string is null and it also exists. I change the value of the string element to 1 to 3. I check the same, now it is giving 1. So string exists but it is not null. String exists but it is not null. This is how it works. This is how it worked. See, hyphen n doesn't work actually. Hyphen n is string 1. Hyphen n means string is not null and does exist. String should not be null but it should exist. So this case, the string is not null and it exists. In this case, it is giving 0 as output. But when I make the string as empty, string is null but it does exist. String is null but exists. In this case, it is giving me same result as previous output. String is null but exists. Suppose I test with some other string which doesn't exist and doesn't have any value. Then also it is giving me the same output. So with hyphen n it is not working. So I'm trying the next command hyphen s space file, non-empty file. So test hyphen s any file name, for example sname. Test hyphen s sname file, cat sname. So sname is a non-empty file. I'm testing it. Test hyphen s sname semicolon echo dollar question mark. So it's a non-empty file. Hyphen s is a non-empty file. If the file is empty, it will display it. Test hyphen s a 2.c semicolon echo dollar question mark. See, this is an empty file. Hyphen s 2.c is an empty file. So that is why it is showing it is not a non-empty file. Echo dollar question mark is 1. That means it is not a non-empty file. This condition is negated. Hyphen f space file. Hyphen f space file. If file exists or normal file and not a directory. Hyphen f space file. If file exists or normal file and not a directory. So file exists and is a normal file and it is not a directory. File should exist. Test hyphen f file name, space name, semicolon echo, dollar question mark. So file exists and it is not a directory. I can also test hyphen f2.c, semicolon echo dollar question mark. Even this is a file and it exists. Suppose I check some directory, test hyphen f dar1. I'm checking directory. It is not a file, so it is giving me 1 as the output. Echo dollar question mark is 1. Hyphen d space directory is directory exists and not a file. So test hyphen d if directory exists and not a file. Test hyphen d dir1. So directory exists and is not a file. So directory exists and it is not a file. Echo dollar question mark. See, directory exists. dir1 directory exists and it is not a file. directory exists and it is not a file, so echo dollar question mark is 0. So I test some directory, I test some file instead of a directory, so it should give me 1. It should give me non-zero. So test hyphen d name, it is giving me non-zero. Hyphen w space file is file writable. Is a writable file. So ls hyphen l, I'm checking the permissions of name file. So it is writable by the user. So test ls hyphen w space file name echo dollar question mark. So the file is a writable file. File is a writable file. Suppose I change the permissions here to, I make it non-writable. Ch user minus read permission sname file ls hyphen l sname file, then text hyphen w sname semicolon echo dollar question mark. See, it is not readable. Ch mod u minus w. I removed the write permission from sname file and I test it now again. We test hyphen w sname semicolon echo dollar question mark. It is giving me 1, not 0. That means it is not a writable file. So it is not a writable file. And now I've made it writable. So after making it writable, I tested test hyphen w name semicolon echo dollar question mark. Now it is 0. That means it is a writable file. Hyphen r space file is read only file. Read only file. So same thing, I test name, I test with hyphen r. Yeah, the file is readable. File is readable. That is what r means. File is readable. File is readable. And same thing I check with hyphen x. File is executable. ls hyphen ls name. File is executable. I suppose I change it. Ch mod u minus rwx. A minus rwx I will give. So not readable, not writable, not executable. The sname file. ls hyphen ls name. Now I will check test hyphen x. First I will check for read permission. Hyphen s space s name echo dollar question mark. See, it is giving me 1. So this is not readable, not writable, and not executable. Not executable. So logical operators. Expression 1, exclamation expression, logical not, expression 1 hyphen expression to logical and expression 1 hyphen no, expression to logical or. For this I'm using this script logical or hash exclamation slash min slash bash read hyphen p double quote enter a number colon space a number. So it takes everything in one line. If num mod 2 double equal to 0 or num mod 5 double equal to 0, then the given number is divisible by 2 or 5. See, if any one condition is true, If this is true or this is true, then echo will be echo. The given number is divisible by 2 or 5 will be executed otherwise, or else. If none of them are true, not even first statement or not even second statement, if none of them are true, then the given number is not divisible by 2 is executed. So bash logical or enter a number, so I will enter 5. So it says the given number is divisible by 2 or 5. I'll enter 2. The given number is divisible by 2 or 5. I'll enter 7. The given number is not divisible by 2 or 5. So it works logical or. If a logical and, I need to give double ampersand here. Double ampersand. Logical and. See if num mod 2 double equal to 0. So I can call the variable like this. I don't have to give dollar here. In the condition, I don't have to give a dollar num. I can directly give num mod 2 double equal to 0 and num mod 5 double equal to 0. Then, if both the conditions are true, means number is divisible by 2 and also number is divisible by 5. Then it says number is divisible by 2 and 5. I'll change it here. Number is divisible by 2 and 5, or else the number is not divisible by 2 and 5. Save and exit the file. Bash logical and followed by 10. Sorry. Bash logical and enter a number 2. Number is not divisible by 2 and 5. Enter number 10. Number is divisible by both 2 and 5. So this is logical and. Next is logical not. So test if C is a file and echo dollar question mark. So it is 0. So test if I want to negate means if I want to say C is not a file, but C is a file, so it returns 1. Say test the same thing with DAR 1. See DAR 1 is a direct, it is not a file, so it is giving me 0 as the output. Echo dollar question mark is successful.